Hi, everyone. Welcome to November 11th. It was actually years ago, I learned from Del Prado's second grade class today here in South Florida that it was President Dwight D. Eisenhower who actually proclaimed November 11th as Veterans Day, really dedicating our national cause to peace and to recognize and pay tribute to our heroes. So I'm glad we can do that today. And we have a really, really fun guest. I'm so excited. Tate Ottati of Tate's Comics, Toys, and more, really novelties and everything. So I'm so excited that you're here today, Tate. And we're going to have a little tour around your store. There's Tate. And then we're going to have special guests, Serena and Kristen, who are going to show us around. For those of you who are watching who have no idea what Tate is, it's literally a staple here in South Florida. People have gone there for gaming. It's not just comic books. It's really a whole culture, and we're going to talk about that today. I think you opened your first store in Fort Lauderdale in 1993.
1993.
Right? 1993, and then of course there's the second location here in Palm Beach County and Boynton Beach. So wherever you're closer, you will see. And where's Serena and Kristen? Did they disappear? They'll come back. I guess they went off. So in a couple minutes, we're actually going to take a tour around the store. And if they don't come back on, Tate, you can text them. Because we lost them. They were just here. And it's really exciting. But in the meantime, we can talk a little about Tate's Comics. This is a very rare appearance from Tate himself. You're sort of famous.
No.
So, how did this cult following happen? And it's Amanda too, who's behind the scenes. It's Tate's wife. But how did this cult happen with you and Tate's? Where did this all begin?
It began in high school when I was collecting comic books, and I just kind of bought too many comic books, and I went to a store to sell them, and they didn't offer me that much for them, like most stores don't. And they said, oh, well, you should just take them to a show. There's a show this weekend. And we went to the show, and instead of selling my comic books, I bought more comic books. And at the same time, in high school, I was in the stock market game, and I bought Marvel stock in that game, and I bought it in real life too, and then it just went nuts, and I sold it, and then that's when I opened up my store.
That's crazy. And thanks, Sauce Colin Christian, who says Tate, his store is awesome. You're about to see it in a second live, by the way, so don't worry. And if anyone who's watching, and now you got a comment, you got the best sideburns. If anybody's watching who's actually been to the store, give a thumbs up or let us know that you've been there, which would be really cool too. Because Tate doesn't necessarily ever appear. This is, again, very rare. This is for COVID only. So you took stock money, you opened up the store. Mm-hmm. And was it primary purpose to be just comic books? Or what?
It was all my stuff from when I was a kid. So it had Transformers and Star Wars figures and toys and anime. So it was just everything I liked was in the store when we opened up. Model kits and everything I had went out into the store. And then it just kind of grew from there. I didn't even know that we have masks on the faces. That's so funny. I'm seeing.
Oh, that's so funny.
You guys.
Okay, so that's the front.
It's been a long time.
So Tate's actually stuck. What are they?
Those heads are actually from Colin Christian, and he's on. So he just left a message. He made those heads for me almost 20 years ago.
They're amazing. And again, the store has become a staple in South Florida. So this is the outside of the store, and that's Serena and Kristen. They're going to give us a tour going inside. And for those of you who haven't been here, the store's enormous. It's huge, and it has just everything and more for both adults who think they're kids and kids who just love everything in there. So Tate, so like what's going on now? I mean, do you have customers? I see there's customers, but how are things doing during this time? Do you guys offer like curbside or anything for people that don't want to come in the store? What are some ideas for
Yep, we do
customers
offer
who are afraid to come
curbside,
in?
and our gaming has an online store, a little bit of an online store. But we have lots of space. The store is 10,000 square feet, so we can accommodate a lot of people even with social distancing. And we're doing okay, as okay can be in this time right now, being closed for a couple days. For a couple months, not a couple days, couple months, so getting back into the swing of it, it kind of was like a nice restart. And you can see how some grids are empty right now. We're kind of in the middle of remodeling, because I figured it would be a good time to redo the store, so it's not, it's more open, and people feel more comfortable walking around in it. And like, yeah, it's actually it looks really
Right,
good.
that's
Like,
Star Wars.
This is the first time I'm seeing this close too in 7 months, because I don't live in the area
Star Wars
anymore.
plates. So those are actual Star Wars plates. So let me ask you a question. Like the items you sell, are these things that are all being manufactured now, or do you have things that are
no.
retro or antique? Okay.
Yeah, these are, those plates are from the 80s. So like, it's what's left and what you can find. And we do have new comics and new toys coming in all the time, almost every day. But a lot of the stuff you're seeing now is all vintage stuff. Those are vintage Star Wars figures from the 70s and 80s. And then, in the case, there's more expensive figures and statues, and bigger action figures, new hot action figures from a company called Hot Toys, and they make really posable, detailed figures. Oh, a Mandalorian helmet. Looks cool.
Oh my God. Gary Hildebrand just put a dreamland for gamers. So next door, and we're not going to show that today, but next door is actually gaming. And for those who don't know what that means, can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, it's for Dungeons and Dragons, Magic, which is like a card game, or Pokemon card games, board games. Just like, instead of playing in your basement, you could play at our store, and we have tables set up to play, and also purchase merchandise of miniature games, war games, fantasy fighting games.
A little bit. Tate?
A little bit,
you're,
yes.
You're not connected.
Oh, am I not?
Okay, now you are. Yeah, so repeat again about the gaming next door. I don't know.
Gaming's like Dungeons and Dragons, board games, card games, miniature fighting games that you like paint and play on a miniature battlefield. Just all around, like, instead of playing in your basement, you could play at the store and play. We before COVID hit, we had Wednesday night Dungeons and Dragons, where there would be like 10 tables set up with 6 people around them playing their adventure.
That's so awesome. What is the average age for gaming?
It's across the board, from Pokemon, which is pretty young, so like 4 to 5, all the way up to older generations. I think we're getting to the time when people who grew up with superheroes and Dungeons and Dragons and science fiction in the mainstream,
right,
when they were young, are now older, so they're just keeping up with their hobbies, their interesting hobbies that they had.
What is that up there? The silver robot.
Oh, that's somebody made that for us. That's a giant costume of Ironmonger from the first Iron Man movie.
That's right.
So you can actually wear it and walk with it. We only used it once because we couldn't get it inside and out of the store without taking it all apart.
Sarah Winslow says she loves the store, and she also wants to see Star Trek stuff. Sarah, we'll get the Star Trek stuff too. You and my dad and me would love to see it. Yeah, we're getting tons of comments. So Okay, so did you mention the average age for gaming, or did I miss that because I'm so distracted?
It's pretty much generational. It's from young generation all the way up to the older, baby boomers. It's people who grew up with pop culture and comic books, which is obviously now going over 70 years since Superman came out and before. So people and young people when they were watching Star Trek in the 60s, are now older, and their kids have been watching Star Trek since forever because it's been on forever.
Rodney from Kentucky, who's watching this from Louisville, wants to know if you sell any on slab.
Yeah, we sell CGC.
What's that mean, guys?
That means that like what they do now is they take a comic book and they get it professionally graded, where like somebody evaluates it, and then they put it into a container, and it's like a plastic container with a number on it that gives you the grade of what they consider the book is. So like it can range from 0.1 to all the way to 10. I don't know if we have any like in this area, but I know there are some up front, and they're just it's a way to have other people verify the condition of your comic book.
Right. And thanks, Carrie. Yes, we love the store too. So Sauce Colin just said you've had famous comic book artists come by, do signings, do talks. I know I've personally been by when you've had art shows and art exhibitions upstairs. This is one of the reasons you guys are such a staple, because you've brought together so much of the community. Can you talk? I'm sure some of that's on hold. Very cool. What can you talk about some of the past, or like what your plans are for the future in terms of getting that started again, or?
Yeah, in the past, I mean, we used to do like publisher days where we had the first one that we did was IDW, and that's a publisher that publishes Teenage Mutant Turtles, Godzilla, the Transformers, G.I. Joe, and they
That's amazing.
They sent out a couple artists, and we did an exclusive comic with them, and then like the editors came out too, so people who want to be in the industry can talk to editors and talk to the comic book artists and see how it's going. We did that with IDW and Dark Horse, and then throughout the years we've had many artists that come in: Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, Kevin Eastman, who created the Turtles, and just one of the David Lloyd, who did V for Vendetta.
Look at there's Optimus Prime up there.
Yeah, it's Optimus Prime. We bought life-size things throughout the years and put them up all over the place, and just make it so it's like there's something always to look at when you're in the store, like a Millennium Falcon, 2 giant robots on the wall. And Colin and I made those things.
Yes, Team Teddy Punch. Yes, you're right. The Hulk doesn't want Corona. Thank you for the comment.
I think that's Rosemary.
That's awesome. I think she also wrote, is there anything for kids? Well, yes, I think
there's our kids section right here. This is pretty new. This just got redesigned a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually looking pretty good.
So, and again, if you call the store, if you are familiar with items, you can call, and if you really don't want to come in, Tate's will literally come out to your car, and then we'll drop the stuff off into your car. It's not a problem.
Wow, it looks so good. Like it's so impressive seeing this store.
That's Avatar. Oh my God.
Did I send you those? Did you get those?
Yeah, it's a secret gift. I can't talk about it. It's not been opened yet. That's a holiday gift. By the way, so if anyone out there has kids, if you're an adult yourself, I mean, there's so many great comic books, and following from
Adventure Time is good. I mean,
all the movies out there, Spider-Man, all the, got Avengers now. It's really fun for kids.
Yeah, it looks good. It's so interesting seeing this for the first time, because I've only seen it drawn on paper, and that the kids section looks super great. Like, I feel like a kid would really get lost in it.
Hi, Rosemary. Thank you for your comment. So, I mean, this is really like fun. I'm Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, Tate's great, and Amanda too. So Where's your Boynton Beach location as well? Can you tell us where both stores are located so people know how to find you?
Cool. Yeah, this store right here is in Lauderhill, which is just west of Fort Lauderdale, kind of like 2 miles from the Everglades,
Right.
between Commercial and Oakland. It's 10,000 square feet. And also the gaming store is 2 doors down from it, so that's another giant gaming store. Our Boynton location is at the Boynton Beach Mall, not in the mall, right on the outside of the mall, across from the movie theater. So I don't know. I think it's off of Congress, but it's easy to find. It's right if you go to the Boynton Beach Mall.
Love that Ghostbuster poster. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, that store is 2,000 square feet. Wow, this is so cool. This section just got redone last week, and it's in the stages of being finished and being fleshed out, and I'm marveled on how amazing the store looks.
Yeah. And no, Rodney, I totally agree. We all could spend all day there. One of the reasons I met Tate too, besides you, Sarah, is my father and my parents ran a Halloween store. And so we were running nearby a Halloween store years ago.
Yeah.
Tate opened up the comics and toys and novelties, and we were both so excited by each other's store. It's like really fun.
Talk about an amazing Halloween store before like Halloween stores are on every corner.
Right.
It was like so overwhelming going into your dad's store.
Oh yeah, Johnny, thank you. So we need to talk about Bear and Bird upstairs. Let's talk about that because that's where Johnny Winslow, who's a very famous local artist, featured some of his art. He's probably the best artist I've ever met in my lifetime.
I agree.
I definitely agree.
One of the best underused artists.
Yeah, if anyone's ever heard of Johnny Winslow, best artist. But so the first time I saw him really featured was upstairs in Bear and Bird. Tell us what that is.
Bear and Bird is an art gallery that my wife Amanda created in, I think it was 2008 or 7, and it was like we were going down to Miami and going to all those cool art galleries down in Miami, and we were like, oh, Broward County needs something like that, and we wanted to really support the local art scene and have affordable art for everyone, because it's cool to have art on your walls. You can see behind my wall there's art, and we just opened it up and made it. We expanded the store and was able to have this like loft area and turned it into an art gallery and boutique for art.
No, it's really it's amazing. So right, actually the store has their own art gallery upstairs. They've had art exhibitions, contests, shows, and I know this year in Miami, Art Basel's been canceled. So do I assume the same for exhibitions there for now, or how are you guys approaching that? Are you?
You know what? We've kind of put everything on hold for this year, just to feel it out, and probably next year to start, doing different shows again. Even up here, Amanda has an art gallery up here too, and kind of shows have been put on hold here too. It's just that you don't want to overwhelm the area,
right?
So we've been now just kind of carrying affordable prints that are ranging, pretty inexpensive to decorate your walls with cool weird things that people you might have an interest in. There's
right. So for those of you who are not familiar with Tate, so this section up here, we're in the Bear and Bird Gallery, as Sarah pointed out, and then it constantly would rotate with different art. And right now they're showing prints, but during the year, there's artists, there's all kinds of events that go on, and there's just rotating art all the time. So
I think we did. We've had 100 art shows, at least 100 art shows up here.
That's amazing.
So usually it was like once, almost every 2 months for, a long time.
And I will say for anyone who is an artist who's watching, next week and in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be featuring the art museums here in Boca Raton, and different things that are going on here in Boca. So if you're interested, follow at Boca Raton Tribune on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. So you can see what's going on. We're also going to continue to have different holiday picks, but we're not ending yet. I just wanted to let you know if you're an artist, follow, because I want to thank the Boca Raton Tribune, first of all. Oh, that's so cute, for bringing us these amazing guests and spotlighting these awesome businesses in our South Florida community. So again, give the Boca Raton Tribune your love, give them a hearts up.
Ooh,
So
socks, good for gifts. Socks.
Those are great gifts. Yeah, just like a comment we just got. Amanda, who's behind the scenes, is a great present picker. Yeah, so these are all really unique holiday gift ideas. But the thing is, I would love to say all these things are online. You got to go over to the store.
Yeah. One of the main things about the store is the experience of the store. I mean, unfortunately, COVID has hurt that a lot, and we haven't really expanded onto online as much as we'd like to. But if you feel safe enough to come out, we're more than welcome to have you, and you can see the honest of the store.
Wow, this is amazing. I mean, there's just endless
stuff.
There's just endless stuff. So honestly, if you're looking for something different, this is really a personal shopping experience. Can you walk us around the store and just write down? If anyone's watching, you should just write down what you want and call the store.
On our website, tatescomics.com, there is a 3-dimensional thing of the store, like somebody did the whole store in 3 dimensions, and you can kind of walk through the store in 3 dimensions. It's a couple of years old, but it still gives you like this massive dollhouse feel of the store where you can like look around and go down the aisles.
Wow. Mm-hmm. It's really so. We've gone way beyond comics at this point. I mean, It all started with you in high school trying to sell a few comics, and there's just no other store like this. Now, do you travel when it was easier to travel to anything like Comic-Con or Toy Fair, anything like that?
We used to go all the time. I mean, I was planning on going out this past year because last year I was a judge for the Comic-Con for the Eisners, which is like where they pick the best comic books of the year, and I was excited to go out but couldn't. And then 10 years ago. A little over 10 years ago, we won the best comic books, Will Eisner Spirit of Comic Book Store Awards, which is like given to comic book stores once, in the comic book store's lifetime, to show their appreciation of how they represent comics and pop culture in now.
That's Serena and Kristen. Thank you guys so much, by the way.
Yeah, I mean the store is. Yeah, I mean you can see how vast the store is. It's like a 10,000 square feet. So.
It's fantastic. So where's the comic industry headed now, in your opinion?
I mean, it seems our new comic sales are strong, and they're I want to say almost as good as they were before COVID. And the media has been putting out tons of comic book TV shows and movies. So it kind of generates a little bit of interest, I saw The Boys on Amazon. Maybe I'll check out The Boys comic book or Umbrella Academy on Netflix. And hopefully, yes, you can buy them online. You can grab a book online, but you can also, maybe if you come in the store, you'll see Boys, but then you'll see something next to it by the same artist that was like, oh, wow, look at this, the same writer that you didn't know about, and it kind of just starts ballooning the whole market of what you're into and what you get into.
And by the way, if anyone has any questions for Tate or Serena or Kristen, feel free to type it here before we wrap it up. But
cool.
No, I think it's amazing because we have so much on movies and Netflix and Amazon, and it translates here 100% to books, to comic books, to gaming, and to things that you can buy and carry on that like fantasy, and I think it's really awesome, especially for kids and adults. But I love how it really is encouraged, especially even my son, to read these things that he loves them.
Yeah.
Oh, George Joseph says, love Tate, to tell everyone that visits South Florida, they have to check it out. Thanks, Jackie. Yes, the phone is ringing. I am running a law office at the same time, but I had to check out Tate's comics.
These are cool. That's a cool matching games. Matching games are a cool, another cool holiday gift. You know, yes, we have adult comic books, coloring books. Johnny Angelo.
Thanks, Johnny, for your contribution. You know, they call this program Boca's Briefcase because every guest is supposed to come, like have a takeaway, something from the briefcase they want to share. And as I would say, as just a South Florida business owner too, because there's a lot of people who are running businesses, or maybe you want to speak to the patrons who are shopping. What advice do you have to offer from either perspective to anyone out there? Big question.
I don't know, I guess, you know, if you're an artist, to just keep making art and just keep making it, even if you're not selling it, you're just making it for yourself. And also, coloring books. Also, if you are planning to open up a business, I mean, you have to give it 110%. I feel that in my past, like I was going to school and running the store, and I don't think that it really didn't turn into something until after I met Amanda, and I could like bounce stuff off of somebody else, and also have creative people around me who are creative, but also been able to give the store 110% and like just work at the store constantly until recently. Now that I'm not there that much anymore, but you just have to really work at it.
And then again, and Amanda, who's not on today, but there's this huge behind the scenes force like Tate's talking about that's created Tate's as we know it today, but it involves a lot of promotion and savvy marketing and creative community encounters. So you guys are such a great team and awesome.
And also the employees we have, are like, love the stuff. They like the products that we have, and that, they have a vested interest in they pick out stuff to sell. I'm using their minds too to like be like, hey, what do you guys like? Let's try this stuff, and just have different ideas and have it be new every time somebody comes in. Like they see something new. Yeah,
this is awesome. I mean, like I'm really enjoying this. Like as a spectator. Australia isn't real. That's a great book. I think anyone watching or who visits, it would be very hard to walk out of your store and not purchase something. It's really tempting. This store is amazing. You've done an amazing thing. That's why you're famous, and that's why your store is famous here in South Florida. So it's not an accident. Yeah, no, thank you so much for giving us a little time. And can you just tell us a little bit about what you just opened up in New York?
Amanda opened up another Baron Bird. It's an art gallery boutique with that will have shows at it too, and she sells a lot of illustration art, like art from old greeting cards and old greeting cards and weird old advertising art, but the original paintings of them. And she's in a new area of an old area of town called Lower State Street that's been around, since the 1600s, and like, just trying to get people out and getting people into the store. That's what the next thing is. There's some slab books on the wall over there.
Tate takes over the East Coast. That should be the title. No, thank you.
That's a slab book right there.
That's a slab book. Okay, so that's that's for Rodney. No, thank you so much, and thanks for giving your time today.
Thank you.
Your family is amazing, and again, this month we're thematic with art and holiday gifts. So we're going to have some art museums here locally and some great gift ideas coming up in the next few weeks. So just again, follow at Boca Raton Tribune, and we're here Wednesdays at 2:00. And Tate, thank you so much. Thanks, Rosemary.
And thanks for twisting my arm.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, Tate doesn't make appearances like this. So thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Thanks.
See you next Wednesday.